Good evening, London. My name's Hina, and I am coming to you from the Master Shah Dow Center here in London with one of our leading teachers. So, welcome, Master Mayur Shah. So, welcome. And so, Mayur, what are you going to be talking to us about today?
Okay, so we're going to be talking about opening your spiritual channels. So this is something that we can teach you, and we got our workshop coming up in 2023, the first workshop of the year actually, in January, 6 to 8, and a lot of people are interested in opening their spiritual channels.
So you've been doing this workshop for a few years now. Usually, I think it's typically either 2 or 3 times a year, approximately. So being a teacher at these workshops, what can we tell some of our newer viewers what to expect or what type of experience do you think that they will have?
So this is will lead you how to connect to somebody. Let's say you may be from a Christian tradition and you might want to receive guidance message from Mother Mary or Jesus, or you may be from a Buddhist tradition and you want to receive a message from Buddha or Guanyin or Amitofu. So we help you how to open your channels, because a lot of people, their channels are not open, and so there are certain practices that will teach you, and then we'll actually in the class ask you how to connect to any saint, and we'll help you with the questions. And then as your channels open up more, we'll go through practices how to open them more. You can ask questions like what is start with simple things like what is a message for me today. Then later on, as your ability improves, your accuracy goes up, you can ask questions like, what is my purpose in life? Or, um, you know, who do I need to support more emotionally, or let's say, and anything like that, or for your spiritual journey, what are the main practices that I should be doing? So once it opens up for you, it's quite incredible. You can ask almost any kind of question.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's something that I've noticed, that actually there is no limit to the amount of questions you can ask. And hello back to Maureen. If you're watching live, please say hello in the chat. Hi, Johannes. Say hello in the chat, or if you have any questions about opening spiritual channels while we're live, we'll try to answer it for you. And so one really common question that we do get regularly, especially in Open Your Spiritual Channels workshops, which for new friends, when we say open spiritual channels, it just means to open our communication channels to the divine or the soul world. And one really common question that we get almost every single time is, how do we know it's not coming from our mind? How do we know we're not imagining the message or the answer?
Sure. Well, initially, when you receive a message, you will question it, because is this coming from my mind, or is this really, that did I connect to, let's say, a saint, and did that saint send that message to me? And it's understandable, because it's a new skill, a new ability, a new connection, and so you need to, first of all, go through the workshop, and we teach you how to do this. And then it's also a matter of practice, isn't it? Like once the channel opens up, then the messages will come, but they might be very simple messages initially. And like riding a bicycle, you can't expect that on the first day that you'll get your balance and you'll be able to ride hands-free. Yeah. So it takes time, and you have to put the effort in, but it will happen. And how will you know that this is not from your mind? Because you'll get an answer, and you will ask, oh, where did that come from? Because it's not part of your consciousness, and you'll think, oh my goodness, I never thought about that. Then you know, oh, okay, there's something happening. Many answers you might think this is from my mind, but it's the right answer for you. That whoever that saint wants you to hear that. So everything that you receive is not going to be like, oh, so incredibly amazing, because sometimes you just need a simple answer. Okay, so you might ask, okay, what is the best way for me to, let's say, lose weight? Okay, very valid question. Lots of people ask that. Now you might get an answer like that. You need to do minimum 1 hour of exercise a day. Okay, now very simple answer you received, but it's a important answer, because maybe in the past you haven't been reaching that 1 hour. You might have been doing it half an hour or 20 minutes, and you think I've done enough, and also not regularly. Now here, listen to the answer properly. It's saying 1 hour every day. So now you have to make a commitment to do that, and your results will follow. Okay, so you have to be prepared to listen to the guidance as well. Okay, not just for fun. Okay, because truly you can transform your life in the most incredible ways, but you have to be open to it, and then receive the wisdom, the guidance, and as you get advanced, you listen to some of the advanced students, the message that they get, quite amazing. Really quite amazing. So, and I don't think there are others or many others who actually teach this. Yeah, and normally it is just somebody who has their channels open, and then they offer that service. Yeah, the people go to them, but we are teaching you how to do this. And some of our students, when they started. And now when you see them, my goodness, so they're, like riding the bicycle. Now they can ride a bicycle without holding the handlebars. Huh? So with effort and commitment and keeping an open mind, open heart, it is possible.
Yeah, that's very true. That's something that I've noticed myself. In fact, I was just speaking earlier to Susie, who joined us just last year. So she's only been with the center for maybe a year and a bit. And already her channels were quite open. But there are principles, like you were touching upon earlier. Mayur mentioned earlier that as long as you're not asking the soul world out of curiosity, it's more that you're going to ask and then follow. And that's one of the principles that you do teach, that the teachers will teach in the class, because there are certain principles that you have to follow when you're being taught how to communicate with these high level souls. So this is not just like your buddy around the corner or even a family member. It's a soul, if you wish to choose to communicate with them, a high level. So there are different principles that we teach. And one of the things that me and Susie were talking about earlier was that it's so important to also remember to do your foundational practices. So that's something also that we will be going into and teaching. But once again, for our newer friends, Mayur, can you go into why is it so important to continue your foundational practices when we're trying to open our spiritual channels?
Okay, so, your foundation is really crucial and important, because like when you build a house, if you do not have the foundation, then what's going to happen? It's not going to last long, and you will topple over. So the same, exactly the same. With opening your spiritual channels, you need to build your foundation. So this is like, getting to that certain transformation for you. Yeah, because if you do not build that foundation, it's very difficult to sustain it. Yeah, you might get the odd message here, but if you want to consistently receive guidance, receive messages, and then you need your foundation to be strong and stable. So, in all spiritual abilities, your foundation is really important. That's why when you hear about spiritual people who go to the Himalayas and how much time they spend, what are they doing? They are building their foundation. And once they have the foundation, their abilities improve. So it's the same for us. Yeah, there's no shortcut. Very few people are there whose channels are open, and sometimes they're not even aware. But my late wife, Rupal, her channels were very much open. There are 4 spiritual channels that we will talk about. So one is a third eye channel where you see spiritual images. Then there is a soul language channel. So now this is listening to your own soul. Well, and the soul, our soul has a lot of wisdom, and it can guide us. So for that, you need to work with your soul language. And then direct soul communication, like if you want to receive a message from, let's say, Buddha, you need the direct soul communication channel to be open. And the last one is direct knowing. So Rupal had amazing direct knowing channel, and she would just know. And I would ask her in those days, how do you know? I didn't know. Her channels were so widely open, but she just knew. And it was amazing how, at that time, it wouldn't make sense to me that why is she saying this? And then later on, I understand that it, what happens with certain things she shared, and it actually happens. So, an advanced, open spiritual channels person could have that kind of ability. But any one of these channels, if you manage to open them, then we start with the soul language, and you build the foundation of that, and we go into the other one. And some people are interested to see the images and movies. So when they open their third eye, then it's quite incredible, because to be able to see a saint, we have our heavens team, but we don't see them. Most people don't see them because their third eye is not open. But if their third eye opens, they will see, oh my God, that this saint is here to guide me and help me, and I didn't even know. And once that happens, your lot of things open up for you. Your belief multiplies so much that, oh my God, I'm supported by heaven so much, and I didn't even realize, I didn't appreciate my heaven's team. And then you make a stronger connection. And so you start with this, and then there's lots of other interesting things that can lead on for you to have your own Shifu, like it's a special saint, and where you can have a close connection, and this Shifu can guide you. So more advanced things. But this is our foundation one in January, and it's a perfect time for the new year. What kind of questions would you like to have answered, Hina, for the new year?
Oh, so many. I don't think we have long enough. But with every new year, all of us kind of take a reflection to what we would like to improve, what we would like to accomplish, what achievements or what markers, not just the typical, okay, I want to lose weight or I'm going to go to the gym every week. But I think the new year is a really good time to kind of set the pace for rest of the year. And it's like you were mentioning the Shifus or spiritual fathers and mothers. It's like having your own personal advisor. So that's why the workshops at the Master Sha Dao Center in London or globally is so unique, because we teach people not only how to open their channels, but we teach them how to open them safely, to work on your foundations. And we also give you the option to connect with kind of like your own spiritual advisor. So there's so much wisdom, so many practices and endless applications.
Yeah, what's happening in the world right now? There's so many challenges, huge challenges. Mother Earth is going through huge difficulties. Look at what's happening around the world. We've had COVID. So many people had huge challenges with that. We were locked down, and then we thought, okay, finally we overcome, and the war started. And now our challenges with finances, inflation going up, our energy bills going up. So I think we are living through very difficult and special circumstances, and where the human mind doesn't have all the answers, right? The normal logical thinking cannot answer all these difficult questions, and like these challenges I mentioned. So we really do need guidance from like to get guidance. Let's say you are close to Mother Mary, and you ask Mother Mary, how can I overcome this challenge, and what's the best way? And to receive guidance at that level from a saint, I think it's just incredible, really phenomenal. So whenever I mention this to my friends, they get really interested in it. Wow, to have that kind of ability, it is really very special, very special to. So a lot of our work that we do is not, okay, we don't just decide that we will do this from our mind, but we actually connect to our spiritual channels, and then we ask guidance. Okay, so like this workshop in January, we asked, when should we offer this? And then we got guidance. No, this one needs to be in January, because a lot of people want guidance for the whole year, for the new year. So if we had done it in March, it may not have been the right time. So like that, it can help you in different areas of your life, for your business, your relationships, your spiritual journey, okay, your personal development. And so I'm very grateful to have learned this, and now I'm honored to teach it to others as well. I think it's a very special ability to have this. My daughters, they come and ask me guidance often. Dad, okay, I need a message, please tell me. And so very useful. Once you learn it, you will realize that you will use it, and then you will see the results as well. That and I've had that, like that things really transformed when I was able to apply the wisdom that I received. So my highest recommendation.
Yep, I know, and it's one of my favorite workshops that I know I've taken over and over again. Whenever it is offered, I make sure to take it, because it is one of the more magical workshops here. All of them are super magical, but Open Spiritual Channels is especially magical because the teachers here, David Lush, Natalie Shoplin, and Mayur Shah, they bring about a very unique workshop schedule. And one of my favorite activities in that schedule is when they open up the whole spiritual father-mother connection field. So you can have all these beautiful saints who come, and if you choose, you can choose to form a formal connection. and you get a shifu, you get a spiritual father or mother that you continue to work with, a spiritual advisor, someone who gives you life guidance, and someone who basically has a lot more of a wider perspective than we do on our human level. So the Open Spiritual Channels is a beautiful, beautiful workshop. So for this coming workshop, it's going to be January
6 to 8, I think.
6 to 8.
Mm-hmm.
And actually tonight we're having an introduction to opening your third eye abilities on our complimentary Tao Healing Technology night, which is every Wednesday night. And if that's a little bit, if you're busy, that's fine, because tomorrow night we have an introduction to open your spiritual channels at 7:30 p.m. You can see the links. And if you're ready to jump in, which I suggest you just go for it, because it is one of those workshops, if you've never taken them before, you have to take it, you have to experience it. And if you jump in and just go ahead and register, you do get the early bird fee, which is before December 22nd. So just go for it, because the early bird fee is actually really, really low for everything that you're going to be learning. So any closing words before we sign off, Mayur?
So take some time out. If you really want to learn these new abilities, new skills, tomorrow evening is a taster, perfect taster, free introductory evening. And so my colleague David is going to lead that, and he's very good. And you will see possibly that receiving a message from somebody. Yeah. So from a saint or somebody. So experience it live tomorrow, and then if you think that yes, this is something that could help me, and I would like to, it's about investment in yourself, isn't it? This is, increasing your abilities, so you can achieve more in life. Whatever it is seeking you, whatever you are seeking, and you can ask for guidance and receive an answer. And we teach you, okay, is this a proper answer? How do you check? We'll teach you how. And then if it resonates well with you, you can apply it, and then you might achieve much more in your life. Okay, so it's a win-win situation for all.
Well, thank you so much, Mayur, for taking your time, because I know you're very, very busy. So I thank you for taking your time to speak to us about the upcoming Open Your Spiritual Channels workshop, which is an amazing one. It's a favorite. Many of us take it over and over again. For our new friends, you have the Tao Healing Technology tonight, which is complimentary. And tomorrow night, you have the Intro to Open Your Spiritual workshop, Intro to Open Your Spiritual Channels workshop tomorrow night, which is also complimentary. So you can taste the pear, or you also have the registration link where, once again, you can give yourself an early Christmas present and just register, because I know you will totally enjoy it. So I thank you so much. And once again, my name's Hina, coming to you from the Master Sha Tao Center here in London. Please join us for any complimentary night, any workshop on Instagram, on Facebook. We welcome you everywhere. And the Master Sha Tao Center here in London would love to serve you. So I thank you, and I will see you very soon. Bye.